So you had a spiritual awakening and now you're asking yourself, is this a spiritual awakening or am I going literally insane? I promise it's a spiritual awakening, but you're not taking the right precautions. So in this video, I'm going to let you know exactly what's going on with you spiritually and how to avoid or correct this feeling of going insane that you're experiencing. Whether you're very startled from your change of perception after a spiritual awakening, or experiencing paranormal activities like feeling or seeing presences, experiencing disassociation or derealization, starting to intake the energies of other people and starting to feel people's emotions, or already experiencing spiritual psychosis, that's all rooted in poor spiritual health and imbalance. If you don't take the right precautions in your spiritual journey, this can become very dangerous no matter how spiritual you are. So let's get into what's actually going on so you can understand exactly how to overcome it and actually keep going and evolving in your spiritual journey. When you spiritually awaken, you actually become more receptive to the spiritual realm because your upper chakras activate. If you didn't know, chakras are energy centers that you have in your body that have different functions and actually influence different organs. Modern spirituality would tell you that we have only 7 chakras, but we actually have up to 114 chakras throughout all of our body, an energetic field. But to keep it simple and for the sake of you guys understanding better, let's keep it with the 7 main chakras. Located from your head to toe, the crown chakra, the third eye, the throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. Modern spirituality will also tell you that you have to open your chakras, but the truth is that it's all about balancing the chakras, because somebody can have all closed chakras, but if they're all equally closed, they're gonna have a pretty balanced life. Now, if you have one chakra that is more open than the other, that's going to cause a huge imbalance in the entire chakra system. Prior to spiritual awakening, people actually operate from an imbalanced lower chakras. So that's actually what causes their state of low vibration, because there's nothing wrong with the lower chakras. It's just that if they're imbalanced and they don't have these upper chakras activated, then it's obviously going to cause a state of low vibration because it's very connected to the physical realm and our physical and earthly desires. So when you awaken, it's normal to have imbalanced lower chakras for this reason. But when you do awaken, you do activate the upper chakras, which is what connects you to the spiritual realm. This is where it gets tricky, because when you activate your upper chakras but your lower chakras are imbalanced, it means that these upper chakras are very overreactive compared to the rest of the system. And if your root chakra is not balanced while these are more open, since your root chakra is connected to the physical realm and it's what grounds you to this physical reality, that can cause a humongous disconnection to reality in its whole. And this can eventually lead to serious mental disturbances, which a lot of people can misdiagnose as mental illness, but really it's just an imbalance in your root chakra compared to an overreactive crown and third eye. And this can lead to a variety of mental disturbances such as spiritual psychosis. So this is the real reason why people actually go insane after a spiritual awakening. But let's put into simpler words so you guys really understand how this is. If a tree doesn't have strong roots to the ground and this tree just keeps growing, right? A strong wind can easily break this tree off the ground, disconnecting it completely from the earth and breaking the tree. And you're no different than this tree. This is why you feel like you're going insane, because you have a strong connection to the spiritual realm, but you don't have a strong connection to the physical realm. So how do we correct this? Through grounding, which is what keeps us sane and connected to the physical realm while we explore the spiritual realm and keep developing our abilities. Grounding is something you must do consistently, especially when working with the spiritual realm. There's many ways to practice grounding, but the most important one that you must always do, no matter what practice of grounding you do, is dropping back into your body. What do I mean by that? Let me teach you. Let's do this exercise together. If you focus right now on the tip of your finger, right? Focus right now on the tip of your finger, right here. You're going to start feeling a tingling sensation on this tip of your finger. Now, if you start focusing on your entire finger, you'll start feeling this tingling sensation on your entire finger. If you look at your entire hand and you start to actually focus that tingling sensation on your entire hand, you'll feel it. But when you concentrate on your entire hand, you can start to draw your awareness into your body and actually becoming aware of your entire body. Like start becoming aware of both arms, of your chest, right? While at the same time being aware of your arms, while at the same time being aware of your stomach, of your hips, of your legs, your feet, your head. So it's all about becoming aware of your entire body and actually being there. You are able to become aware of not just your body, but outside of your body as well, this physical reality. Now, how does awareness come into play? Awareness is very important because it allows you to be very aware in this physical realm, like actually dropping back into your body. When we experience this association and the realization, what happens is that we become observers of this reality, but from a point of disconnection, right? This is why when we become disassociated, we feel like we're not real. But when you become an observant and you're actually connected to this physical reality and experiencing it, you're actually here, you're experiencing this reality, but as part of the reality as well, right? So that's the difference between awareness and disassociation. Usually awareness is, becoming observant of your reality, knowing that you're not your thoughts, that you're not your emotions, that you're not this experience, right? That you're the one experiencing this, but you're not doing it from a point of being disconnected completely. You're fully immersed in the game, but you know that you're in a game, basically. So I did want to point that out. I know a lot of people do say, like, ask me, what's the difference between disassociation and awareness? So I did want to just throw that out there for you. Breathing into this awareness is literally what's going to help you connect to the spiritual realm. To the physical realm. It's going to help you connect to this physical realm. It connects you to this root chakra as well. If you do want to learn more about awareness, I do have an entire video on it on my YouTube. Another practice I recommend that you do is going back into nature. Since the root chakra is connected to the earth element, you want to actually go to nature to strengthen that root chakra. So what are we going to do? You are going to go to a park, to a place with nature, and you're going to sit down on the grass and you're going to start feeling the grass, smelling the dirt. And literally smelling the dirt helps a lot because for some reason it's a very grounding experience. Feeling the wind on your skin, hearing the birds, the life that is flowing through nature's veins, right? Becoming aware of like the divinity in nature is something very grounding as well because we are part of that divinity. So it kind of grounds us back to this earth because although this is a physical realm, spirit and divinity runs through the veins of nature and us because we are nature. And while you do this, drop back into your body, of course. You want to be as aware as possible. Dropping back into your body allows you to become aware of your physical surroundings. Another practice I like to do, you can do this in nature as you're doing the last exercise I taught you, or simply do it at home if you don't have anything around you. And when you meditate, you want to imagine your root chakra growing roots, right? You want to visualize your root chakra growing roots and focus all of your awareness on your root chakra and the growth of these roots going down to Mother Earth and anchoring you to this physical realm. To make sure that whenever you're doing these meditations, either you chant, or if you can, because you're in a space where you don't want people to hear you, simply just focus on visualizing those roots growing out of your root chakra. Now, these are practices that you want to do every day, honestly. Now, you don't need to do all of them every single day, but you want to do at least one of these, right? Dropping back into your body is definitely one that you must do every single day, but dropping back into your body, as you can see, is just a way to do the other practices correctly. And the other one I do recommend is being barefoot in nature, because if you didn't know, our feet have chakras that get recharged through nature's electrons. So when you go in nature, you actually get recharged by nature. It grounds you to the earth, and it is an amazing, amazing, amazing practice to do for grounding as well. So walking barefoot in nature is really going to help ground you as well. Your lower chakras are actually imbalanced for a reason, and most of the time it's because of trauma that made us feel unsafe, that we couldn't express ourselves, that we couldn't be secure, that made us be in this survival mode. But through healing these traumas that caused this imbalance, you actually start to balance these chakras automatically. So I really recommend doing shadow work for this exact reason. Shadow work is basically working on the part of you, right, your shadow, that you repress due to trauma and for the sake of survival. So working on this part of you and helping it heal, helping this part of you feel better and feel safer, right? Because your shadow ends up acting out in different ways because it doesn't feel safe, because it wants to protect you. You want to work on that part of you. So I highly recommend looking into shadow work for this. Once again, you definitely want to keep in mind that you need to do this every single day, especially as a spiritual person, which I'm sure you want to evolve every single day. That's what we look for after spiritual awakenings. All beings just want to become more and more enlightened, and they work on that. They work on self-development, and you cannot do so if you're not properly anchored to the physical realm, because otherwise you can end up losing your mind. Along with grounding and the things I told you in this video, you just start seeing this sense of insanity and this feeling of being insane start to radically go down. When I first started my spiritual awakening, I had the experience of literally breaking my brain due to this. Not only was I already born without the disc that connects your tailbone to your spine, so that was already causing a disconnection from here since birth, but my root chakra was so insanely imbalanced that when I activated my upper chakras with my spiritual awakening, I literally lost my... That did cause me to have psychosis and a bunch of other mental disturbances, and slowly I started healing it and understanding my gifts better. But it all came down, and it all actually became way better. I started getting better once I grounded myself and actively worked on grounding every single day. It's a thing that doesn't stop. And I actively work on stabilizing myself, because otherwise it can become quite dangerous for me. But thanks to this grounding, I've been able to do what I've done spiritually and help people and be able to do energy work on people, etc. So definitely grounding, very important. By sharing this, I really want to give you the ability to understand what's going on with you so you can properly work on the imbalance and keep evolving. Let me know in the comments what you have experienced due to this imbalance so I can give you some insight. I'm Ira Morphy, and if you want to reach your highest spiritual potential, do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.